If you've ever been more than 100 pounds overweight, you know how impossible it feels to even think about starting. It's like standing at the bottom of a mountain and telling yourself you've got to climb all the way to the top without gear. I know that feeling because I've been there. At my heaviest, I was over 300 pounds. I remember what it was like to wake up every day trapped in my own body, every step heavy, every move a reminder of the weight I was carrying. And I'm not at the finish line yet. I'm not here with six-pack abs, pretending it's easy. But I'm also not the person who started. I've already made serious progress. I'm a quarter of the way there. My body is lighter, my energy is stronger, and my mind is sharper. And what I want to do in this video is share exactly what's been working for me. The truth about how you start, how you keep going, and how you make progress when you've got more than 100 pounds to lose. Before we go deeper, let me say this. If you're on this journey too, hit subscribe and stick with me. This channel is about real weight loss from someone still in the fight, not some trainer who's never been in our shoes. You don't have to do this alone. So let's talk about how this actually works. I've always been an all or nothing type of person. In the past, that's destroyed me. I would throw myself into extreme diets or punishing workout routines, and I'd go hard for a few days, maybe a couple of weeks before I completely burned out. And when I burned out, I didn't just stop. I'd go all the way back into bad habits, worse than before. That all or nothing mindset has been my biggest enemy. But this time I flipped it. I made health my all, not money, not work, not distractions. I cut back my work hours. I accepted making less money because I realized something. Money comes and goes, but my health, I only get one body. What good is building a life if you're too sick or broken to live it? So I made health my full-time job. That mindset shift is what finally started moving the needle. Now here's the part that surprises most people. My progress didn't come from crazy intense workouts. It came from the simple stuff, walking, just walking, doing short laps in the pool, shooting a basketball for a while. At first glance, these don't sound like much, but here's the truth. These were things my body could handle every single day. And when you can actually do something consistently, that's when the results start showing up. When you're obese, people love to throw intense advice at you. Do an aerobics class, go run miles, push harder. That stuff is built for people who might be 20 pounds overweight. It's not built for people who are carrying 100 or 200 extra pounds. At our size, those workouts just crush the body. They wreck your joints, leave you in pain, and make you quit before you even start. What actually works is low impact, consistency, movement that doesn't destroy you. That's why walking, swimming, and light activity became my weapons. They were sustainable. They didn't break me. I can't tell you how many times people told me, walking won't work. You'll never lose weight just doing that. But look at me now. I'm proof it does work. Because here's the reality. Losing 20 pounds and losing 100 pounds are two completely different battles. They're not even the same sport. People who have never carried this kind of weight don't understand. For us, a 20-minute walk isn't small. It's everything. It's a victory. So I got obsessed with those simple movements. I treated my walks like appointments, like my most important meetings of the day. I couldn't skip them. I wouldn't skip them. And once I started doing that, the obsession actually worked in my favor. I stopped being obsessed with failure and started being obsessed with consistency. And the results came. Slowly at first, then faster. The wins started piling up. Some were on the scale, sure, but a lot of them weren't. One day I realized I could walk a lot farther without needing to stop. Another day I noticed my back didn't hurt as much when I stood for long stretches. My clothes started fitting differently. I could breathe easier. I had energy I hadn't felt in years. And then came the mirror moments, looking at myself and actually seeing a different person staring back. Not finished, not perfect, but better, stronger, healthier. That's when it hit me. The scale can't measure confidence. The scale can't measure getting your life back one little step at a time. But movement alone wasn't the whole story. Something else shifted too. Once I started moving every day, I couldn't bring myself to ruin it with food. When I finished a long walk, the last thing I wanted was to throw that effort away with fast food. I started telling myself, respect the work, respect the sweat, respect the progress you've made. And that thought changed how I ate. I didn't go on a strict diet. I didn't follow some complicated plan. I just started making better choices because I didn't want to waste the work I had already done. Soda turned into water. Fried food turned into grilled. I added vegetables where I never used to bother. And over time, those choices stacked up. They weren't perfect, but they were consistent. And when you combine consistent movement with consistent better choices, that's when the weight really starts coming off. I think of it like this. At my heaviest, every step forward felt impossible. But once I proved to myself that I could start, it became momentum. And momentum is the most powerful thing when you're obese. A short walk turns into a longer walk. A few laps in the pool turns into a real swim. Better food choices turn into better meals. And eventually you look back and realize you're not the same person who started. That's where I am now. Not at the finish line, but not stuck at the starting line either. I've already lost a good amount of weight that I'm proud of, and I'm still pushing. And that's why I can speak to you honestly. I'm not guessing. I'm not quoting from a book. I'm living this right now. If you're at the start of your own journey, here's what I'd say. Forget about losing 100 pounds. Forget about the huge number. That will crush you before you take a single step. Focus only on today. Focus on the next walk, the next swim, the next 10 minutes of movement. And when you finish, protect that effort. Don't sabotage it with food that takes you backwards. Treat your health like the most important job you'll ever have. Show up for it every day. I'm telling you this as someone who was once over 300 pounds and is now a quarter to his goal. I still struggle. I still fight cravings. I still have days where I don't want to move. But I've learned that you don't need perfection. You need momentum. And momentum comes from small daily wins. So if you're watching this and you feel like you'll never get there, hear me. You can. I'm not special. I'm not gifted. I'm just someone who finally decided my health mattered more than my excuses. If I can do it, you can too. Because at our size, the first step isn't small, it's everything. And once you take it, once you start building that momentum, you'll be shocked at how far you can go. I'm not done yet, but I'm proof that change is possible. And if you take your first step today, you're already winning.